しているよどっかに君の姿を明け方の街
Hi you guys, time for an update for the collection. Across the back end of July and currently through August, I picked up a fair amount of new media, Blu-rays, DVDs. So without further ado, just going to go through them. Just a little bit. So I'm going to start off with the anime first, because there's not too many of them, and because why not. Like Father, Like Son. Just a Japanese film about two sets of parents now currently with their sons aged about 6, and they learn that they were mixed up at birth, so they're going through this process of potentially exchanging kids and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's not something quite easy for parents kind of thing. I thought it was interesting, decided to give it a watch. Ultimately, I know it's going to sound a bit cruel, it wasn't as good as what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be a bit more heartfelt, but you know, it does kind of sing home if you're a parent kind of thing, and perhaps why I couldn't mesh with it too well. I mean, I still think it's a good film, and I was hoping it was going to be a bit more dramatic than what it was, but not too bad. I have tried to get more into Japanese media recently, world cinema, and this is what these two films are about. So next is Our Little Sister. Again, watched the trailer for it. I'm not quite sure what it's about. I think it's to do with between 3 sisters. Their father has died, and I'm guessing that he must have left their birth mother and wedded someone else, and turns out that they actually have a younger sister, so they're trying to bond with the younger sister. Our Little Sister, I don't know too much about it, so I'm not going to bang on too much about it. Last for the non-anime is Warcraft. Actually caught this in the cinema when it was screening. If you guys know me, I love World of Warcraft. Been a massive fan of World of Warcraft, lost plenty of months of hours playing the MMO, the Warcraft film. I was going to pick up the Steelbook, but when I finally got around to buying it, couldn't find it anywhere. So I picked this up on eBay, brand new, for a $5, so I'll beat it for a $5. Warcraft, I do enjoy it. It's not amazing, but it's not a bad video game film. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. And if you like the lore and you know the lore about Warcraft, there is quite a fair amount to enjoy in this. So that's that done. Now on to anime. The whole point of the video, but you know, collection, for the sake of media. So I'm gonna kick it off with DVDs first. So the first set that I have here, I believe, is out of print. I can't find it brand new, let's put it that way. You have to buy it used. And this is a series that people claim as one of the better comedies in anime. I hope this thing will eventually focus, because it's on autofocus and it's not doing a very good job. Okay, so I've changed applications now. Hopefully focus will lock, no more issues with the focus. Let's crack on. So as I was saying, I think it's out of print. As far as I know, it is one of the better comedies out there, and to be honest, it's the first time I've really remembered laughing out loud while watching an anime series. So here we have Baka and Test, seasons 1 and 2 from Manga UK. I don't believe they're currently available, at least brand new. If you want these, you will have to buy them second hand, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I cannot remember the last time I laughed out loud watching a series. I think probably the last one probably had to be something like Konosuba.
Thank you!
Yeah.
Little girl!
なんか手頃な値段で分かりやすく書いてある参考書とか知ってたら教えてほしいなって思って。あ、もし。あ
I do like Konosuba. So, Baka and Test. I actually really like it. Honestly, if you want to laugh, watch this. I'll insert a clip. Probably one of my most favorite clips from the series. I think it's from season 2, quite close to the end of season 2. It's just funny. Honestly, if you want to laugh, watch Baka and Test. It's great.
どうせ吉井は勉強しないんだから机なんか関係ないでしょ。
関係なくないよ。机はお弁当食べたり居眠りしたり落書きしたり学園生活の大事なパートナーじゃないか。
というより一心同体。
So there you go, there's the clip. Baka and Test. Actually, quite happy to get this. I got it on eBay for £35, I think it was. Not bad for a series. I think you can buy a save edition from America. I'm not sure if it's available for both seasons 1 or 2, but I know it is for season 1, so I would definitely recommend checking out Baka and Test. Moving along, again, props to Articulist for the mention of a sale over in Australia. I did decide to import again, and unfortunately again I did get a bit on import charges, but you know what, it's not available here in the UK. I don't think it's ever going to be personally, although now that the season 2 has now been released, possibly maybe eventually, and that is Seikano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. I actually do kind of like this series for some reason. It's one of those series that I kind of like it, but I'm not quite sure why. It's just a nice, enjoyable watch in my opinion. And I do like the characters in it. So, I can't really say much about Seikano because I like it, but I can't explain why I like it. But it's not available here in the UK. You can get it on Blu-ray in the US, but you have to, because it being an Aniplex, you have to essentially, pay an arm and a leg for it. So picked up the DVD release for about, I think all in total, just under £40 because of import, unfortunately. But Seikano from Madman Entertainment. So we move off DVDs and we move on to Blu-rays. So first up we have Shimoneta. Where can we start with Shimoneta? Great comedy for adults, really. What can I say about Shimoneta? Very absurd, very adult humour, despite the fact it's coming out of teenagers in a world that is in a society that no longer doesn't approve sexual jokes or any innuendos or anything like that. So it's quite odd to see something like that on the emphasis. It is, some people do quite enjoy that humour. So for there to be a world of none of that and it's prohibited, it's quite interesting to see and it's quite funny. Shimoneta. Next we have Patama Inverted. I bought this off eBay, so it only came with the Blu-ray, so I don't actually have the DVD release, but if you got the Blu-ray, why are you going to watch the DVD? I think the only time I really watch a DVD is if I'm going to bed and I want to watch something. I'll use and abuse the DVD instead of the Blu-ray. Patama Inverted, great film. I actually quite enjoyed it. It's actually quite interesting on the emphasis that a girl has to place practically all her trust in someone she doesn't know, on the emphasis, obviously, as you can see here, she doesn't go with him for anything, she's going to fall into the sky initially. So it's quite interesting to see a bond between two people that have never met each other before, a person from the surface and a person from underground, that she manages to get to the surface and she has to place all her trust in this one person, or else, well, she basically floats into the void, the infinite kind of thing. So it's quite interesting to see, it's quite an interesting concept, and I definitely recommend checking it out. It's quite interesting, I quite enjoy it. Also, I will point out the blurb is upside down on the cover, which is quite a nice touch. I do like that. Moving along, we do have a 2-set series here. So here we have Nisekoi, the first season. Picked this up dirt cheap, I think for about £10 a piece. So in the end, it cost about 20 quid for both of these. It is Kaze UK, but what are you going to do about that? Otherwise, I do believe it is Aniplex. I think, at least that's what it says on the cover. And you will know how Aniplex are. Yeah, not bad actually. I actually quite enjoyed it. I definitely do want to watch season 2, so if that spells enjoyment, because I want to see another season of it. I just don't want to spend how much they want for it currently, which I think is between £40 and £50, because it is also another 2-parter. But yeah, if me wanting to watch the second season is interesting, Nisekoi. It's about essentially a guy who's in the basically gangster mafia kind of thing. His family is all mafia, and it's about him and a rival gang. They both have kind of like, I want to say successor. They basically have someone that they kind of live up to kind of thing. And in the rival gang, their pride and joy is a girl, and both the leaders of both the gangs want these two to get together so they can form a peace treaty and keep peace between the two gangs. But the thing is, they both hate each other, so they put on this play of that they're in a relationship despite the fact they hate each other to keep peace between the gangs. And there's someone from the rival gang that is trying to figure out and trying to expose their fake relationship so they can rival out in war again. So kind of Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. Quite enjoyable. Did enjoy it. Do want to see it. I do want to get around to watching season 2. Here's a series I did mention in my Charlotte unboxing that I was missing. I do now have the missing piece of the key visual library. Here I have Little Buster Season 1 and Little Buster Season 2, or Refrain. I'm really happy these actually came over to the UK on the emphasis that they're quite expensive from Sentai Filmworks over in the US, on the emphasis that Season 1 does come in a 2-parter as well. So that's 3 separate releases and 3 separate purchases, because they're expensive as hell. The only thing I don't have is the OVA series, but I don't really care about OVAs. OVAs are not for me personally, unless I know they're good and I've heard they're good. I will look at them, but the OVAs I've seen in the past, I have not been impressed, so I don't plan to pick them up. But yes, Little Busters Season 1 and 2. Not too much to say on that. It's just a case of, like, I haven't seen it in a while actually, but I just wanted to complete the key visuals library. At least that's up to date, because I believe they've released 2 more shows since then. I'm not sure on that one. So next up we have Garden of Words, a Makoto Shinkai film, otherwise dubbed as the most impressive visual fidelity you'll see in anime. And to that title, it is a stunning film, absolutely stunning film. I don't think I've seen animation quite like to this extent. Like, it's just eye candy. If you do get a chance to watch Garden of Words, do. It is expensive for like £15 to watch what is essentially a 46-minute film, and to be honest, by the end of it, it starts to pick up, but then it abruptly ends, which is like, really could have been longer. But in terms of, you know, just a break from, you know, before going to bed kind of thing, or late at night, I actually watched this and I thought it was alright. Again, it picked up towards the end, but in terms of like visual fidelity, it is amazing. It looks absolutely brilliant, and yes, I can definitely recommend it. It is a bit expensive for a 46-minute film, but in terms of like visual fidelity and people banging on about it, it is not a bad film at all. Definitely give Garden of Words a look, because it is a damn gorgeous film and not a bad one at that. Next one on the list I haven't actually seen. Anime Limited has released this in the UK, but for Blu-ray it's like £30 collector's edition and collector's edition only. Is Expelled from Paradise. This is the Aniplex standard edition release from, I got it from eBay, quite cheap. I think I've spent like £13 on this or something like that, which is not bad considering you get the official I paid too much for this fucking release kind of thing. 13 quid for the card, not 13 quid for the release. We know how the proof of purchase works. I've not seen it. It was dirt cheap. Decided to pick it up because why not? I did express some interest, although I have no idea what it's about. It does look kind of nice. Why not? Next we have Day Alive. This is a Funimation release. This is not available in the UK. I saw someone selling this on eBay for about £13-14, something like that. I've seen Date Alive. I think Date Alive is okay. It's not a bad series. And yeah, I just seen it dirt cheap, decided to pick it up. Season 2 is still quite expensive though, so I won't be getting that anytime soon. But I rather like it. It's pretty, I suppose you could class it as a harem in some sense, just about a guy and being amongst about 4 or 5 different girls, trying to maintain their trying to keep them happy because they can essentially wreak havoc if they get upset or extremely emotional kind of thing. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't really say anything on it, and probably my depictions are not the best kind of thing. Can't try to explain it. This is a recent release from the end of July, I think it was. Anime Limited brought across Funimation's Barakamon. Again, I haven't seen this series, but I do know that if you like stuff, apparently if you like stuff like Sweetness and Lightning, I want to say Usagi Drop, but I think that's wrong, because I do believe Usagi Drop's a bit more emotional. What do I know about Barakamon? Apparently something to do with an artist, what is it, calligrapher, I think. Basically a critic critiques his work. He didn't like it, he lashes out, and his parents, I believe, send him away to a rural island, Japan's Goto Islands, to cool off. So it's about him living in rural Japan and getting to grips with his artwork and basically taking a breather. Barakamon. I do look forward to getting around to this at some point. I did pick it up during its early bird pre-order, so didn't pay too much for this. Quite interested to see what this is all about. Now this is quite evident for why I don't watch or try not to get DVDs if I can help it, because I do have the DVD copy to this and it does look like ass. I watched it on the TV, 40-inch TV that we have downstairs, and it looked horrible. It looked horrific. And shortly after watching that, I picked up the Blu-ray to 5 centimeters per second. The DVD, at least to what I can remember, looked absolutely horrific. I didn't like the quality of the DVD at all. So, and Makoto Shinkai films are known for being, you know, visually impressive. So I was like, I'm not going to cheap out. I want the Blu-ray. I think this is about £16–18 from America, I think. Again, it's only an hour long, so it's a bit expensive. But you can buy it in the UK for £4 if you don't mind the visual downgrade. The edges look rougher, it's not as vibrant. So, and it's like, it's a Makoto Shinkai film, that's what they're all about. So, of course I'm going to have the Blu-ray. Why wouldn't I have the Blu-ray? One thing about this, it's Discotech, it's Region A, and it is Region A locked. So you will need a Region A Blu-ray player if you plan to watch this. And now we move on to the 2 special releases, I suppose you can call them, that I've got. That was all the standard stuff, the standard edition stuff, so we're now going to move on to the collector's edition or special releases, or whatever you want to call it. Kingslave Blu-ray. They did, Steelbook, sorry. They did print this last year. They're doing a reprint, I think, or something like that. They've re-released it through Zavi. Zavi's doing another 1,000 Steelbooks or something like that. It's Final Fantasy 15 Kingslave. I've not seen it. I have had some interest in it because it looks gorgeous, and I've played the video game. Final Fantasy 15 is probably one of the better RPGs that I've played this year, and one of the better RPG experiences that I've played this year. And I actually rather enjoyed it, surprisingly, despite the combat being a bit. Some battles in that game are absolutely ludicrously hard and full of bullshit because of how stupid the combat is. I remember the one chamber, the one tomb you got to explore, and you got to deal with like 3 bosses at once, kind of thing. And because of how the combat worked, it become Final Fantasy 15, the submenu, the video game, and you're literally in the submenu, in and out the submenu, using potions, using Phoenix Downs, and it just gets absolutely ridiculous.
Accident!
Not too shabby.
But yeah, back to release. I've never watched Kingslave, and I did a reprint of the Steelbook, so here we go. Kingslave, why not? And last but not least, apparently according to Anime Limited, it is out of print. Bit of a Makoto Shinkai haul, this one. 4 films by Makoto Shinkai I now have. Here we have The Place Promised in Our Early Days, as well as the Voices of a Distant Star. Collector's edition. According to Anime Limited site, this is now out of print, so if you plan to pick this up, now's the time to do it. And yeah, so we'll take a quick look at this. I have, hopefully you can see that and read it if you want, because I have locked the focus and whatnot, so hopefully you can still read that. We'll take a quick look, just in case this might be something you're interested in buying. So we have the front, get the spine, back. Let's take a quick look inside. So it's not a flimsy box, if you can hear that. It's not a flimsy box at all. You have a book. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. It's the keyframes. So you can see the software program that they use, with the frames and everything, the modeling. We've got storyboards. What else? I think that's it pretty much. It's a lot of software. This one's actually a lot of software based. Actually quite interesting. Okay. Quite interesting booklet. So first we have The Place Promised in Our Early Days. So it's a bit different, this release. So here we have the Blu-ray with both films, Voices of a Distant Star, and The Place Promised in Our Early Days on Blu-ray. And then we just have Place Promised in Our Early Days on the DVD. So on the Blu-ray you'll have both the films. And then on the DVD copies you'll have 2 DVDs with both the films on them. So again, just round. And then Voices of a Distant Star. And then there's your DVD. And that will be it. That's my update video for my collection. I have to be honest, I'm not sure. The next video, at least unboxing, will be when Charlotte Part 2 releases, which will be in September. And I plan to go on a bit of a saving endeavour, because there's a few releases I want from the US, and I'm still contemplating on whether or not I'm going to import, and potentially looking to spending God knows how much on import charges and shipping. So we shall see. So the only thing I'm missing from the collection is Spice and Wolf. I did buy that last night, seasons 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, because it's currently on Amazon.co.uk with the import charges and delivery for about £24, I think, like that. And to buy it in the UK on DVD is £20 just on DVD, so an extra £4, and it is region A and B. If you check out the actual release, it will say region A and B. So there is that, just to make you aware of that if you want as well. I was going to get Death Parade because it's had a price reduction on Amazon.co.uk to import it through them. I think it's now £46 for Death Parade from there. I was really tempted, but considering how long I've waited, kind of thing, I'm hoping for an early 2018 release. I'm hoping at the moment. So we'll see. We'll see, because Bright Stuff still has their sale at the end of the year as they usually do, so we'll see if they do anything with it. But for the time being, I'm holding off. I'm really, like, clenching, like, kind of want to buy it, but at the same time, I know that, you know, I've waited this long, I could wait a bit longer, kind of thing, and hope that at least an announcement will come out sometime soon. Not to mention, we'll have Comic-Con soon anyway. So hopefully we can have some answers to some releases and probably get announcements of new releases, yada yada yada, and what their potential schedule will be, and hopefully questions answered. So that is the collection update for the August update. That will be the title of the video, August update. So that will conclude the video, guys, on my collection update for August. Let me know what you guys have got throughout August. Comment down, let me know. Quite interested to hear what you guys have got to say. because obviously we're coming up to the fall now where potentially you might be considering to save up for different sets. So I appreciate if you made it to this point through the video, because it's going to be a long video as always, as these things tend to be, because I ramble on. But I'll wrap it up now. So thanks for checking out my video, guys, and as always, take care, have fun.